Hey man, you know what it is that you heard podcast. You see my big brother over there, man. We back, man. What's going on, fam?
Yo, just back from New York, refreshed and energized. You know what I mean? Had a nice, restful day yesterday, so I'm good.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey man, you know what it is, man. So you heard podcast, man. It's good to have you back, my brother. Look, man, leave your comments. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, like, all that stuff, man. Everywhere you get the pod, man. You know how we do, man. We keep it 100 with you, man. And my brother's back, man. So you know we ready. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben and Joe. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, including hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
I mean, what are we talking about, son?
I felt
Keeping it a buck. You heard?
Hey man, you was judging me before the show, man. You told me to put a hat on, man. What's popping, man? You don't like the bushy top, man? I'm letting the hair grow, man. What's popping?
You know what I mean? Bushy top. Yeah. We just out here.
Yeah, man.
Like
we out here, man.
We just out here, son. I mean,
long hair don't care,
like
man.
It's in the middle stages, son.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? This is rough out here, man. We trying to do something. I never had my hair this long.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
You know,
trying to see what's popping.
You look very unprofessional right now. So.
I do. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Like, I'm rebelling against what conformity and shit, man.
It look like you shouldn't touch it until game one, son.
No, I'm not.
You should not touch it until game one.
No, I only cut the sides. You know what I'm saying? Get the beard cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? Spent a couple green bucks, but that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep the edges clean, man. That's it. Yeah. I leave the top alone, man.
Hey, yo, salute to my namesake right here, man. James Williams, man. I'm expecting a big season from my guy, man. And he's not number 0 anymore, though. So, you know, but you get the gist. You know,
yeah, still be great.
Yeah, man. That's my guy. I'm expecting a real big season from that man.
Yeah, I'm expecting big things from that defense, man. Hey, man, on today's pod, we're going to break down, we're going to do a quick overview of our first opponent, September 1st. I'm saying we're, 15 weeks away, man. So we're starting to do the countdown little by little, man, and give you a little tidbits on what to look out for. I was actually surprised looking at this Miami of Ohio roster, man. They had a surprising name on there. You know what I'm saying? Brett Gabbert, Blaine's little brother, is or son. I don't know how
little brother or son, right? We don't know
because I have no idea how long Blaine's been in the league most of my life. Like it feel like, you know what I'm saying. So it could be his oldest son. I don't know how Blaine get down. You know what I'm saying. So we'll see about that. But yeah, man, I was surprised to figure out.
This is brother.
Yeah, I looks just like him. Yeah, it was a joke, Joe.
I don't know, son.
You never know, though. You know what? You never know.
Is different. That's your name now. Bushy top is. It just comes.
Hey, yo, AB, make that a shirt.
Yo, Bushy top been in the building, son.
Oh man, that's so many bees, yo. That's so many bees. Hey man, I was surprised to see the stats of Miami, Ohio, man. They were 6-7 last year. Yeah. Lost the bowl game to UAB. You know what I'm saying?
UAB
but their
solid,
defense
always solid.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? They were 35th in the nation in defense, man. Only gave up 22 points a game. They scored 20, so their offense is questionable. You know what I'm saying? But they got a quarterback, young man named Avion Smith, redshirt sophomore, which debated could be like a fourth-year player. You know what I'm saying? Because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? So he's a redshirt sophomore. He runs a lot. Ran for over 500 yards last year. So that's the kind of team that like annoys me. You know what I mean? That like because if we don't get that tackle in the if we don't get that tackle in the backfield, he's gonna get those like 10, 11 yards, keep the drive going, and then we're like, oh shit, is it happening again? So I was not happy to see that he's a running quarterback, man.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping Brett Gabbert.
Yeah, and these teams, man, they have nothing to lose. They're playing with house money. You know, when they come, especially when they come to Miami, you know, some of these guys may be from Florida, may be from South Florida. You know, they trying to prove something. They playing with house money, man. The coaches, and it's the first game, so you don't know. You can try to game plan, but you don't know what they're gonna throw at us. You know, it's the first game of the season, man. We're gonna see reverses. We're gonna see quarterback, halfback passes. We're gonna see exotic blitzes, all types of stuff from them, man. So
yeah, man. Yeah, it's you gotta also remember, man, like it's gonna be like a namesake game, right? Because they feel like the smaller Miami, they're gonna try to show up. So like I went through the roster, and they have about 7 or 8 guys that are from Florida. Yeah. So, you know, if those players tend to feel a certain kind of way. Like I remember a couple years ago, or I think it was a couple years ago, Pitt had a defensive tackle from Miami that crushed us on
killed
us. And he was from South Florida that we didn't recruit. So, you know what I'm saying? Those guys tend to show up and show up, man. So I don't know.
And notoriously, these guys are usually experienced teams because nobody leaves early. You know what I mean? You might have some that hit the transfer portal for better opportunities, but they normally don't leave early. So you got a bunch of juniors, seniors, you know, COVID sophomores on the team. You know.
I did see, looking into them earlier in the week, man, I saw that Grabbert was trying to transfer out, but he got talked into coming back. So, you know what I'm saying, that shows a responsibility and a culture of coaching that could be difficult. You know what I'm saying, especially when we're trying to hit the ground running with a game like that. Hopefully not looking ahead to Texas A&M.
Yeah, definitely. So we talked about their offense kind of being anemic, and we know something about that as Canes fans, right? We just witnessed probably the worst offensive season in school history. So, you know, Coach Guidry, you know, our new defensive coordinator, you know, we get a chance. You know, it's Miami of Ohio again, but we get a chance to see, you know, the basics. We get a chance to see tackling. We get a chance to see communication. We get a chance to see, you know, rallying to the ball. You know, we get a chance to see a lot of man coverage because I'm sure we're going to play a lot of – I'm sure we're not going to show a lot, and I'm sure we're just going to – the goal, I would think, is to play man, you know, let the 4 up front get pressure, and, you know, just play man across the board. So hopefully we see that, and, you know, we're successful in that first game.
So sticking on that note, man, who would you prefer? I mean, we got some new guys coming in, man. Shout out to Terry Roberts' pops, man. Show mad love on the timeline, man. That dude is active, man. I love it. Love the energy. Hey, man, who you thinking as far as corners to play in that position, man? Because I did like what we saw in spring, right? Like the passes that were completed were tough. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Were tough completions. So what you thinking?
You're saying what corners? I think first of all, I think a lot of corners are going to play. But I mean, who are we going to trot out first? I think. Is it Devontae Brown, right? The transfer, or is it DeMar?
Yeah. DeMar is the younger brother. Yeah,
Devontae Brown at one corner, and I want to say the transfer from Vandy, Mr. Rashard. Rashard Jedias.
Jedias,
yeah. Jedias. I want to say Jedias, but he's coming in the summer, so I don't know about that. But I think he ends up getting a lot of snaps. But Devontae Brown and
Darryl Porter, I think.
You saying Darryl Porter?
Maybe it's like between him and Terry Roberts. Just if the Vandy kid came in the spring, I feel different about it. Young man got length, long arms. You know what I'm saying? Good height. He's like 6'1", 6'2". You know what I'm saying? He's got good size, so it shows that that's what we're leaning towards, leaving our corners on an island in a way. But yeah, I'm thinking Terry Roberts, man. I'm thinking Terry Roberts or Daryl Porter.
And I think a lot of them play, man. I think they all play and rotate different positions. Like I think Jaden Davis will be in the slot more than on the outside. I think a lot of them play though. Yeah.
Well, you see Jaden. I think so. I'm thinking about it as we talk about it, right? Like I'm thinking it's gonna be like when you got your regular season in the NBA, you play a lot of players.
Sure.
I'm saying you play all 15, and then when you get to the playoffs, like the bigger games, you like dwindle down. You know what I'm saying? The smaller rotation. I think this was gonna happen in game 1, man. Gonna see who works and who shows up when the lights are on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very different.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got Texas A&M the following week, so you don't want to give Texas A&M anything to show. You don't want to show them anything, but you do want to see who plays when the lights come on, right? So I think it's just a lot of people who play at different positions, man. You may see somebody like Terry Roberts in the slot as well. You may see a Daryl Porter Jr. in the slot as well. I'm anxious to see a Jaden Harris. Like, I definitely want to see that kid. Seeing him in the spring just made me excited about him. And then you got the young boys coming. Like, the young guys are in now. I believe Damari Brown, Stafford. I believe they're on campus now, man. So, those guys as well.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be. I'm looking, man. Like, there's that thought of me. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing like a James at the star and a Markeith. You know what I'm saying? At that safety position, just rotating. I'm saying, like, looking ahead, right? But like, I'd also like to see how they react in those moments, right? Because because you're gonna take that game and evaluate, like, to see who's gonna be your 11. And then you're saying you're deeper, like 15 to 16 players that you can count on, and then grow from there and grow that depth. So it's interesting to see what happens. But I think a lot of that, because it's basically a brand new defensive backfield, besides our safeties, and then it's gonna depend a lot on the line of scrimmage. So what are your thoughts and feelings on what we got starting with that D line, man?
So real quick though, real quick though, look at what we're starting to talk about. Look at the conversations that we're starting to have now, right? We're talking about all the players in the secondary that could get snaps, man. We're talking about depth now. We're talking about depth now, and quality depth at that. It made you smile. Look, you're smiling, son. Like,
I'm trying to hold it back. I'm like, I was biting my lips. Like, don't do it.
Don't get gassed.
Don't get. Bushy top end is different, yo. Bushy top got gassed up.
Don't get gassed, son. But it's real talk. Like, we're gonna go through, the defense and the offense. But let's start in the secondary. We'll work our way up, right? So let's start in the secondary. Corner. You like to be 2-3 deep at corner, right? So you got Devontae, you got the Browns, Devontae, Damari, Robert Stafford, you got Daryl Porter Jr., you got Terry Roberts. Two quality, we don't know. Daryl Porter, I'm not really going to judge anybody off of last year. I'm really not going to do that. Like, last year, all around was just a clusterfuck. It was just, it was just bad all the way around, right?
Facts.
So this year, we really, me personally, I don't know what Daryl Porter can do. Me neither. Terry Roberts, I'm not going to say I don't know what Terry Roberts can do, because Terry Roberts was getting busy on a defense that got busy. Iowa's defense was nice.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Iowa's defense was nice, man. So I think Terry Roberts is solid. Definitely solid. And he has big game experience, man. He's played, Ohio State, Michigan. You know what I mean? So he has that experience. He's played in the big house,
Facts. Literally.
Yeah. So another one, Jaden Davis. right?
Yep.
Oklahoma, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's played a lot of snaps.
Yep.
In the Big 12, which throws the ball 90 times a game.
Yeah. Every play. just screens and slants, yo.
Facts.
And goal
he's
routes.
done well. He's done well.
Yeah.
Who else at corner?
The Vandy kid.
Yes,
Vandy. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
SEC ball.
Yeah.
You know?
Unquestioned. Yep.
Vandy. It's Vandy, but he's done well. You know what I mean? He's held his own. He was highly sought after. He entered the portal. Everybody wanted him, you know.
Yeah.
So that kid. Who else we got at corner?
You got the Jaden Harris. You got that other young corner, second year. Can't think of his name. The one that has like mad speed, but they try to throw him out there as a true freshman. I can't think of his name.
Malik Curtis? No, not Malik Curtis.
Yeah.
Malik Curtis?
Yeah, Malik Curtis.
Malik Curtis is still here. Jeez.
Yeah.
Malik Curtis is still here. If he gets the coaching and, you know, whatever, he's definitely talented enough to play. Malik Curtis. So at safety, who we got?
I mean, you already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Cam, All-America.
Yeah.
And hopefully another All-American beside him in James Williams. And you got that young Markeith, man. Markeith is fam. There's that part like there's that part of me that wants to see James move. You know what I'm saying? Move James up situationally, right? Not every play. Move James up and have Markeith in the back. And I think, you know what I'm saying, rotate in when you can, just a couple plays. Caleb Spencer, man, the true freshman from Oklahoma. That was committed to
him every time, yo. And that's my guy.
That's the name I couldn't think of the last time we talked about it. It was something I was like, like I was thinking like of another Spencer, but Caleb Spencer got size, man. He's basically gonna be a sophomore because he's gonna go through spring and fall. Right. Which, man, that early enrollee shit is so crucial, man, to really getting burned and playing time and getting acclimated to the system. But as we talk about it, man, like there's depth, right? But there's a lot of unknowns because how do we evaluate from last year Darryl Porter, right? Because he's our only returning cornerback besides our young guys in Malik Curtis and Jaden Harris. Because you know what I'm saying, the other corner left, but went back to Mississippi.
We still got Corey Couch. We still got Corey Couch at corner. Yeah, mentioned Corey Couch. We still got Chris Graves.
Yeah, Chris Graves is another one. Like Chris Graves, but again, like there's names, right? There's names, but like somebody got to take that step. The thing is, like, when one person takes that step, I don't want it to just be him. That's been, you know what I'm saying, that's been the issue forever. It's just been like, oh, once we lose this guy, what the fuck do we got behind him? Yeah. Like if it's a Chris Graves, I want to see a Jaden Harris. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see a Malik Curtis right up there with him. Like it can't just be one guy, because I don't like the drop off we saw. I go back to the offensive line drop off, right? Like once we got past our 5, that was questionable and not very good to begin with, right? It got worse, and we saw it. We saw the depth issue in the spring game, but back to the secondary. We have a lot of names. We got depth. We got experience. But last year, can evaluate, and we got transfers. So we have depth, but do we have quality depth, right? Sure. Because how does it communicate? That's the question. And that's the question across the board. So that's why, like, it's hard for me to be like, get too hyped. I was like, oh shit, like all these names are from.
You back? You
good? Yeah, yeah. I just like, what does it all mean? You know what I'm saying? Like all these names, does that mean we back, or is it going to take another year to get these guys acclimated and all that?
Yeah. But just from the depth standpoint, you have to have bodies, and of course, not just bodies. You have to have bodies that can contribute and step in when it's time. And I think we're headed that way. So in the secondary, I think we're headed that way. I think we're stacking. The freshman class coming in, I think we're stacking. And then we got 2024 and one of, 2 or 3 more transfers, stacking, so
Yeah.
All right. So let's move up to LB.
Yeah. Kiko, Wesley. Flag for depth. Chase Smith for depth. Malik Bryant, Raul Popo Aguirre, Marcellus Pulliam.
I can't wait for them boys. I can't wait for them boys.
I need those young guys. I need those young guys to play, man.
Yeah.
I see. I need those young guys to play, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We still got Bobby Washington. Washington coming through. Yeah, we got Keontre still there.
Forget about Keontre.
Yeah, and that's a lot of experience as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Wesley fortunately got a lot of snaps last season.
Yeah,
so
well, out of necessity because we had no depth.
Yeah, but he was thrown in the fire, so nothing should be shocking to him anymore. So
yeah, facts. It's crazy, man. And Chase Smith. What are you thinking about linebacker? Yeah,
Chase Smith coming back. If Chase Smith come back, Do you feel
about Chase Smith the way who's our running back that's always injured? Don Chaney. He's like he's the defense's Don Chaney, right?
It's been. Yeah, I understand why people would think that. Yes, I understand why people would say that. The way they've been hurt are different. But I think Chase. This is money season for Chase. I think he comes back and because before he got injured, man, he was like one of my that was my guy. He was one of my guys, man, because he's a 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", maybe.
Yeah, he has all the measurables. Yeah, he has all the measurables for sure.
Yeah. But again, we're talking about depth, right, and quality depth. So 2 linebackers, Kiko and Wes, and Flag, Keontre, and then the young boys. So it's still again, like you said, in the secondary, unproven depth. But it is depth. And hopefully the young guys.
It is depth.
That's what I want to get to, man. Hopefully the young guys get in these games. We teams were supposed to blow out. The game is over by the third quarter. These young guys are getting in. Getting snaps, getting the play.
How long has that been? It's been a minute since we've been there, but
son. And that's ideal. That's the ideal situation right there, man. So
because the way the season starts, you got Miami or Ohio, who's going to come in trying to prove something. Then you got Texas A&M. That game where you get the young guys to burn won't be till week 3, which is like 4 days after the A&M game with Bethune-Cookman, because that's a Thursday game. Yeah. That's trash that schedule, yo. Trash that schedule. Just trash. Yeah. All right, man. We see the guests in down at the bottom, man. We'll be with you in a second, Ben. Man, I see you. All right, man. Defensive line. First of all, it's very weird to call somebody else your own name. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Ben, hey, Ben. Oh, yeah. It's fucking like Spider-Man shit. All right, what you got for D-line, man?
That should be the strength, right? Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That should be the strength of the defense, man, in my opinion.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So, do you think – let me – real quick follow-up. Do you think the defensive tackle issue is still going to be an ongoing issue, or we'll find ways to cover it up?
So I am concerned, injuries happen, man. You know what I mean? Especially in them trenches. In them trenches, man. So I am concerned with the numbers, even though we were fortunate to get Anthony Campbell. Yeah. We were fortunate. That's another, huge body in there. But so let's break. Well, actually, I think at D tackle, we got what? Leonard Taylor,
JHH. Yep.
We got
Joshua
Anthony
Horton.
Moulton, your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
Anthony
9'9". That's my guy.
Joshua Horton.
Yep.
Mr. Lichtenstein. What's that, 5?
Serviceable. Yeah.
That's
and
5,
Campbell's
right?
6, right? Yeah, that's 5.
I said Campbell first. No? Did I say Campbell? No.
Might have.
So Campbell 6.
Yeah.
I mean that's in my opinion, I think that's good depth. We don't know what we don't know, what we get with Moulton just yet. We know what we saw in spring.
Careful.
But we don't know what we get.
It's my guy.
We don't know what we get in Joshua Horton.
Facts.
Anthony Campbell, we don't know what we get. I wouldn't say we know what we get yet.
I feel like so. I don't know. I think I said this in our group chat, man. I think Anthony Campbell's going to be a Kobe Young situation. I think he's going to take him a while from JUCO to come over. First couple games, he might get some burn, might not, and then he'll hit the ground running. Not going to be dominant. I'm not saying he's going to take over and have a 4-sack game and no wild shit like that, but just be like it's going to be one of those. What the fuck wasn't Campbell playing the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be that type of situation. Now, is there hope with everything I'm saying in that statement? Yes, there is, because he's an older cat. You know what I'm saying? He's an older cat. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, JHH and Taylor hold it down. I could see a Ruben Bain or a Akeem Mesidor rolling in, because at the end we got so many pieces to play with. You know what I'm saying? That like you could have them rotating in and out, that the depth could be a little bit more covered up. And look, with all that, we didn't even talk about the 2 guys in Thomas Gore and Branson Dean that came from.
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? So that's
going, yeah. So I think numbers wise we good, but again, building quality depth. But I think numbers wise, and I think that D tackle position will be addressed in a big way.
There's conversations. Yeah. There's conversations.
I think that'll be, but for this year, I think we're good. So real quick, DN wise, I think that's DN. I think we are super covered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Super. I think Majalik is gonna ball out.
Jaden Wayne, Ruben Bain,
Cyrus Moss,
man.
I put Malik Bryan at the end, yo.
Yeah. Malik, we still got Chance and Jafari is still here, man.
I know.
Jafari is still here. Like, yeah. I think we have a perfect combination of experience, talent, and youth at the edge.
Facts.
So
Facts.
I think we're good there. But let's
man. So we're about to let's get our guests on, man. So look, man, y'all know what it is, man. We're starting, did this little graphic here about to pop up. We like to have guests on, man, that have been Canes from different parts of the country, different parts of Florida, and figure it all out, man. Let's get it.
Oye, tú. Yeah, you. In the green and orange. What's your Cane story?
Hey,
man, first, we had to go down to Polk County, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to go down to Polk County and get our guy Polk Kane, man. On my social media, man. He's everywhere. We talk bourbon. We talk a little bit of everything, man. What's going on, family?
Not much, bro. Man, just cleaning up this. My youngest son just graduated high school, so we had a little party for him. So it's still going out there. So my wife just poked her head in a minute and goes, "Hey, you almost done?"
Oh man,
we're all good though, man. We're all good.
That's what's up, man. That's
doing all right.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, we good, man. Yeah, man. So you caught a little bit of that conversation we were having before, man. What are your thoughts on that, man?
As far as the D line goes, if LT can do what he's supposed to do, like we all thought that he was going to start doing, I think we're going to be in real good shape with just him alone. But then, you got, JAH coming in. If he continues to be, consistent like he has been, I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then, I don't know. I just got a feeling about with this new DC, it's going to let those edge guys crush. You know what I mean? Because if they put the pressure on like they're supposed to and get in the backfield like they're supposed to, it's going to take a lot more pressure off those linebackers, which I think that's going to be an area of concern this year. I know we've got some guys coming in, but with the Maui Goa brother, but then the
Yeah,
rest of them, I think the young guys, I think they're going to be able to learn a lot. I expect a lot from Basaint this year too, and
yeah,
if those edge guys get the pressure like they're supposed to, like we all think they're going to, I think they're going to see big things out of that linebacker room.
yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
a good point, man. The goal is to always be able to rush the quarterback with just 4.
Yeah,
You don't want to have to blitz to bring pressure. If you can get pressure with your front 4, man, it makes things much more difficult on the offense. So
absolutely does. But yeah, I can't wait, man. What would you say was 15 weeks out?
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like
15 weeks.
it
I'm
seems like
kind.
forever though.
I know
I
when you
can't
say
I can't wait,
when
man.
you see it on paper, when you see it on Twitter, it's like that's such a long time, man.
Yeah,
15.
for sure.
I think right now it's like 14 weeks and like 5 days till the first snap because it's a Friday night game.
Yeah.
Friday night is a
But what's
terrible game.
crazy is it's already May 21st. Like I was talking to my wife earlier, like, yo, it's May 21st already. Like it's about to be June.
Yeah.
Like already. So we got a couple months, man. We got a couple months.
I think
June
once
and
that
July go like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, especially when that recruiting heats up, especially
Yeah.
June, July, it's gonna go quick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man, definitely. Hey, man. So, Polk, man, wanted to ask you, man. So, you grew up in Polk County?
no, actually, I grew up down in South Florida in Margate.
Okay.
So actually spent some time in Miami when I was real young, up until about 2nd, 3rd grade. Lived down there, and just continually migrated north as my dad's job went. So ended up in Polk County back, I think, around '96, and I've been here since then. So
okay. So when did the love and the passion for the Hurricane start, man? Where did it start?
So it first started with my grandfather. The very first game I ever went to was in 1987. We played the Gators at the Orange Bowl. I think that might have been I had to go back and watch it because I was so young back then. I remember going, and I remember it being an odd score.
Your mic cut out. Technical difficulties happen every day, man. I know all about it because of my internet. Every day I'm hustling.
Every day.
Yo, man, Bushy Top Ben. Yeah, we
good.
There we go. I hit the button on the little remote thing down here.
Okay.
But yeah, so the first game I ever went to was in 1987. We played the Gators in the Orange Bowl. And I don't remember much about the game, so I actually had to go back and watch it not too long ago. And we ended up winning, but the thing that sticks out to me the most was that the Gators got 2 safeties on us that game by 2 bad snaps to the punter that went out of the end zone. That's the only time they scored. So that's when it first started for me, and I think a lot of it comes from my grandfather. He actually played for the Canes back in the 50s.
Wow.
So I get it. Yeah, 1950. He was a freshman. That's back when they had like a JV squad, freshman team and stuff like that. They actually called them the Baby Canes. So he played there, I think he played there for 2 years before he got drafted into the Air Force, went to the Korean War for a few years, actually came back and played for a season, but then by that time he was, a lot older then, and it had been 4 years. He played for one more season, and that was a wrap. So, but yeah, a lot of it comes from him, and just watching games with him growing up and being able to go to the Orange Bowl when I was a little kid. And then just like every time Miami was on, I was there with him. We were watching games. I mean, I remember him, screaming at the TV and hollering. He always got bent out of shape and I loved it, and I still love it to this day. Back the 80s and 90s when we had that swag, and we make a good play, and you see the dudes dancing all over the place and doing all that. He would get so upset about that. It was, he was an old school dude. He was like, man, why can't they just go back to the huddle, high five each other, and quit doing all that nonsense, man? I would laugh at him every time, but I loved it. But yeah, that's pretty much how it started, and ever since then, I've been a Cane since then. So can't see cheering for any other team. But yeah, up here in Polk County, we don't have a lot of us, but I mean the ones we do have, we keep it close. So yeah.
I'm even further north. I'm even further north than you. I'm up here in Sumter, so it's even less.
So you in Gator country then?
Yeah. I'm in Gator country. Like you go to the gas station and all the cups are Gators. Like what the is this going on? That's the kind of branding out here. All right, Joe, go ahead.
Sure.
I bet.
What kind of Cane fan are you, man? Because we got the guys who, are the hype the talking shit Kane fan. You talk shit to everybody. It doesn't matter what's going on. Or you got the guys who, when we lose, you don't want to be talked to. You're mad. You don't want to talk to your wife. You don't want to talk to anybody. What kind of Kane fan are you, man?
That's a good question.
I would say, I'm somewhere in between. Because now early on, like when I was younger, I mean, it used to drive me up the wall when we would lose. Of course, we were winning all the time then. So we were used to that winning culture. When we would lose, I would be like pissed. Don't talk to me, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I would talk smack here and there. Like my best friend from high school, we're still real good friends to this day. He's a big time Florida State fan, so we always went back and forth with each other. Every year we still do to this day. But I mean, now that I've gotten more, I guess, in tune with the team and watching these recruits coming in and following the recruiting process and actually knowing who's doing what and where and what positions and everything like that. I've gotten more, I don't know, involved in the way that I want to see them do something on the field. If they don't, then it's like next man up. Let's put something out there on the field that's going to compete, that's going to show us something, because like you guys have been around for a long time. We've seen the highs of where this team and this program has been, and we've been down there in the dumps, so I've kind of leveled out over the years, and like, you know what, I'm not trying to get too hyped up coming into the season. I'm trying to keep it, consistent, kind of like a see what happens approach, and just kind of go with the flow type thing. Now I'll talk some smack here and there, but not like I used to.
Have you found it? Because all the challenging seasons that we faced, and now going into, especially after last year, like how are you? I know you mentioned a little bit, but how are you approaching this season? Like with all the transfers and the new recruits and all that stuff. Like, are you? And especially like with social media and podcasts and all that stuff, like learning more and more about like how the sausage is made in a way. Getting like insider stuff. Like, do you find it harder to keep track of everything, or like when somebody doesn't come, you're like, oh, but so and so, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get so much information, how do you process it all as a Canes fan?
Yeah, I've gone into this, off season and going into this season trying to be cautiously optimistic. Meaning that, I like what Coach Cristobal is bringing in and how the culture is starting to change. And we're starting to see more of those guys come to the team that want to put in the work, that want to put in the effort, that want to earn their spot rather than it just be handed to them. And the way I look at it, it's like, oh, well, we didn't get this one recruit and we were going after him, blah, 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 blah. When it comes down to it, you also got to think, well, did that kid want to come to Miami in the first place? You can recruit the heck out of a kid, but if he doesn't want to come to Miami, he's not going to come. And then people are going to go, oh, well, he didn't pick us. He sucks at recruiting. We can't get nobody. It's like, well, what did the kid ultimately want? Was Miami a good fit for him and what he's looking to do, and what his family has to say about it and all that stuff? I think a lot of people kind of overlook that and just go straight to the fact like, oh, he didn't pick Miami. We suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I look at it. Now, you get a guy like, say, back when we were going big on Besainth. And everybody was kind of like, oh, what about Florida State, blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, he's a big Miami kid. He loves Miami. He's been so many times. If we don't get him then you got to kind of scratch your head and wonder, oh, what went wrong? You know what I mean? But, he ultimately chose Miami, which I'm super happy he did.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of look at it from both ends that way.
Yeah.
Got you.
How do you I guess deal with Twitter? Because you're on Twitter like all of us. You see the comments, you see the negativity, you see both sides, you see all sides of it.
Right.
How do you like deal with it and process Twitter?
There's been plenty of times where I've had to hit that backspace many times and just scroll past. You know what I mean? I'll have something typed up ready to fire off, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna scroll by. I'm gonna look at it and just move on. But I like
backspace is key.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Now, I think when we're talking, as far as going back to the recruit thing, you see everything on Twitter and Instagram, what have you. I think one of the big things for me is like, all the kids that are being recruited by all these different schools, like, oh, hey, such and such fans, hit me up, blow up my feed. It's like, listen, man, you commit to my school, I'll follow you.
Do that.
I'm not going to go out there and just
yeah.
just do that just for you to go to some other school.
Right. I'm not going to help you
I'm
NIL valuation.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm not trying to hit
exactly.
that graphic. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no, it's like I'll wait and see
yeah.
who you commit to first. You come to Miami, then we'll talk. But no, I don't really get too involved or bent out of shape over another thing with the recruiting, like with the stars.
Yeah.
5-star great, 3-star great. What are you gonna do on the field? Because once you put on that orange and green, them stars go out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you really can't look at it that way. And social media overall, I just kind of, it's more for entertainment to me. I don't really get too involved with the politics side of it. I don't get involved with the trolling stuff or the the whole back and forth. With other Canes fans that want to say all the negative stuff or whatnot. I look at it, I scroll on by. I really don't get too involved with it that way. But yeah.
That backspace is key, man. I can't tell you how many times this past week I had a whole essay ready. I was like, bro, what am I doing here? Like, this serves no purpose. And just that backspace.
Exactly.
We're about to get you up out of here, man, for this last question. You already know what it is, man. You listen to the show. If you had, you and 3 Marvel characters, had to fight Thanos, who are your 3?
You have to win, though. You have to win. This is not,
All right, I've actually been thinking about this, to be honest.
Good.
So, all right, I gotta go with the one everybody does. I gotta go Thor. I gotta go with my dude Thor.
Yeah.
So the next one I'm gonna go is Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And my
that's
third
makes CB very happy.
Yeah. CB's gonna cry to that one. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, CB, I can't throw Spidey in there. Sorry,
nobody is. We know nobody's doing that.
Nobody's.
All right, now my third one might cause a little controversy, but when you hear me explain it, you might think otherwise. I'm going Ant-Man.
All right. Okay.
Now here's why. Okay, here's why, and I'm sure you might have heard this.
Okay.
The thing I'm leaning on is, he can grow to an enormous size. Sure. He can also shrink very small.
Sure.
Microscopic even.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get Thor, you get Scarlet Witch, you get her to hold him down like she did.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if Ant-Man is around and he can get small enough, who's to say he can't get inside Thanos and then expand? Game over. Game over, right? Game over.
You got the strategy too. You got the
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Respect.
So we have to start asking that. Thank you, sir. We have to start asking what the strategy is, not just your 3.
Yeah.
How are you going to beat them? Okay.
Exactly.
The question has evolved. Hey man, you got before we get you up out of here, you got any questions for us that you want us to answer?
Actually, no, man. I'm loving this podcast, guys, and I love what you guys are doing with it. Kind of just keeping it real, keeping it a buck, like you always say. It's for me, it's more of coming from the fan perspective with you guys. Like y'all both are big fans. You get people like me who are just fans of the Canes and have been for a long time, and just hearing fans like chat about the team and what their expectations are, rather than hearing it from the quote unquote professionals that report just on the team and this and that. So it's always nice to hear it, and I really enjoy what you guys are doing. I just hope you just keep this thing going for as long as you can.
Yes, sir. Before we get you out of here, give me one guy on offense that you want to see have a big season. One guy on defense that you want to see have a big season, man.
Offense, I got to go with TVD. Just have the comeback that we know the level he can play at. We've seen it. We just need him to be that dude again, because when he's popping and firing on all cylinders, we saw what that offense can do. And I think with the new OC and the system he's putting in, we're going to be able to see that again. So I got to go with TVD on offense. On defense, that's a tough one, because there's so many that need to do what we know they can do.
Yeah.
Man. I'm gonna go with Wesley.
Okay.
I'll go with the Saint on that one. Yeah. Just seeing him those last few games his freshman year, and just you can just see the intensity with how he plays and how he pops dudes and just hits them. Yeah. It kind of takes you back a little bit to the linebacker U days. When we're seeing Vilma, we're seeing Ray, we're seeing those guys flying all over the field. So I'm gonna go with Wesley Besaint on that one.
I'm gonna piggyback off that, man. And I said on the pod before, when he came on the field, I was like, holy shit, that's what it's supposed to look like. Like there it is.
Yeah.
Like he jumped off the screen immediately. So yeah, man, that was a good call. Hey man, Poke, man, appreciate you coming on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Guys.
Like I always say, man, once you come on the show, man, you family. So just hit us up whenever you want to chop it up, man. And always appreciate your engagement. And go ahead and drink some bourbon at your son's graduation, man.
Yeah, man.
I got some ready to go.
Congratulations from
yes,
us.
Sir. Will do, guys.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. It's all about you, man.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, man. See ya.
Oye, tú. Yeah, you. In the green and orange. What's your Kane story?
Oh man, that was dope. Man. Shout out to Poke, man. Driving by on the show, man. That beat go hard right there. I forgot that beat, and I was like, oh shit, I did that right there. So that was dope, man. All right, man. Let's get back into it, man. So what we got? We got defensive line. We're done with. You want to go offense now, or you want to hold off on the offense for another show? How you want to do it?
No. We're breaking down both sides. All right. So let's break this down real quick. Offensive line.
Sound like you were ringing the bell right there. What is this? What you doing?
We next up. Offensive line.
Yeah.
Offensive line. I think that's been the biggest change. The biggest flip, I'm gonna say, man. It's like flipping the house. I think it's been the biggest flip, and coach. Coach is offensive line coach. Yes, sir.
I got a question, man. Take a sip of water. You said flipping the house. There was a question that somebody dropped that I meant to talk about on the last show. When they talk about like a remodeling, restructuring, or a complete overhaul, right, for the program.
Sure.
And what I said was, it's not a remodeling. It's like when you know what I'm saying. You ever watch like AGTV? They break through a wall. All of a sudden, the pipes ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the pipes got to be redone. Like I think that's what happened here, man. So like the offensive line is just a symptom of that remodeling.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, man. And it needed to happen. And you get an offensive lineman as a head coach, and his best friend as his, his right hand man.
Yep.
That's what they're gonna do. You can't win games without the trenches. We know that. Everybody who plays football, we know that. Everybody who's watched football, you know that. That's the key to success is the trenches.
Facts.
So the first thing he addressed when he got here, and will continue to address, is the trenches. So you got the number one transfer portal center. You got the number one transfer portal O-lineman, period, in Javion Cohen.
Period.
I mean, what are we saying? Addressed.
Yep.
You got 2 5-star tackles.
Yep.
You got Frankie.
Was it Jalen Rivers? Yeah, you got Frankie Tinalau, Antonio Tripp.
Jalen Rivers was a high 4-star or a 5-star, something like that.
Yeah, he was up there. He was up there
when he came out. Yeah. You got Mr. Antonio Tripp.
Yeah.
You got Inez Cooper, big boy, plenty of snaps. Monster. Thrown into the fire, but thrown in nonetheless.
And responded.
Yeah. You got Matthew
McCoy. Might have been their best O-lineman last year.
Facts.
Inez Cooper.
Facts. Yeah, you got Matthew McCoy. You know what I mean? You still got Zion Nelson, man. If Zion Nelson is healthy, you still got Zion Nelson. I mean, what are we talking about here? That was a so if we're talking about the starting 5 or the first 5.
The first 5.
My opinion, you got in the 3, you got center, guard. You got Matt Lee, Javion Cohen, and Inez Cooper. In my opinion.
Without a doubt. I'm not even arguing with you on that one.
And we're assuming everyone's healthy. So if Zion Nelson is healthy, I think if Zion Nelson is healthy, you keep him at left tackle. If Jalen Rivers is healthy, he's at right tackle, in my opinion. And then you have depth, right? You have the young 5-stars. You have Matthew McCoy at tackle. You got Sampson. You got Francisco.
Yeah,
Francisco.
CC. Yep.
CC. Yeah, you got Francisco, and then you got young boy. You got Tripp. You got who else? John Tow Truck is still there. You know. Again, we're building. Relax.
Frankie Tinnerlow. No,
Relax,
sorry.
Yeah, relax.
Physical reaction. The physical reaction.
He got thrown in. He got thrown. It's good. They're gonna be better. They're gonna be better. So
can't be worse, right? Like for Marino, can't be worse. So
I really think the O-line is gonna end up being the strength of this team.
Yeah.
Coming into this.
Frankie Tinnerlow, I think.
If you're, what do you think about the starting five on the O-line?
I agree with your five. I agree with 4 out of your 5. I don't know. Zion Nelson is a huge question mark for me.
Assuming everybody's healthy. Okay.
I would. Yeah, I would go with that 5. Assuming his knee's right. And the ankle doesn't show up because it's compensating for the knee.
Right.
Which is a lot of shit people don't think about with injuries. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the weight that he put on at the rate that he put it on. He might. I saw somebody put it on Twitter. My bad if I can't remember who that was. It was like the putting on that amount of weight at your frame might not have been the right. You know what I'm saying? Might not be the right thing. Like there's only so much weight.
My son went through it. His knee was terrible with all that weight. He gets down to 250, 255. He feels no pain at all.
That's crazy. That weight is a game changer, man. Like people don't think about that shit. When people just think, oh, he was good, like Zion Nelson came in, it was what 230, 240. Like he was a small left tackle.
Yeah.
I don't. Am I exaggerating on that, or could have been more weight? But I remember some light weight.
I feel like he was 260.
No, okay, I was 30 pounds. All right, so
they got him up to like 3 and change.
Too quick.
Very quick.
In like 10 months, which is not a healthy way to do that shit. Like you don't put that wasn't muscle. You know what I'm saying? And because just like you said, your son went through it. So all things being equal and everybody being healthy, that's my 5. But I could see a Francisco taking a spot, man. I think there's a nastiness. Yeah, like
eventually throughout the season.
Throughout the season where he just look like for so many people. When I say we, I mean like Canes fans, right? Like, oh, we just think the 5 stars because you're stuck to it and all this shit. Like, I think his work ethic and what the coaches have said, but it still takes time to get acclimated. Like, till somebody who really wants to get to your quarterback plays you know what I'm saying? Because right now it's practice. Right now, Jada Wayne can't go full. Right now, Ruben Bain can't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they know they got to stop. They don't have to stop when it's Miami or Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That pursuit might be.
Would you feel comfortable trotting him out against Texas A&M in week 2?
No, not what I'm saying. I'm talking about like when I say later in the season, I mean like 5th or 6th game, maybe like ACC play. You know what I'm saying? Once he's got, like he gets rotated in. You know what I'm saying? Get some burn, maybe get some burn in the A&M game. See how he responds. A couple plays. If they don't go well, you know what I'm saying? You eat that. You gotta eat that you gotta see how he responds. But we gotta see how everybody acts when the lights come on. If our whole team is freshmen at the end of the season because that's who responded, then that's just what it is. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then hopefully it's not. Hopefully there's some senior leadership and junior leadership on the team. But yeah, I'm good with that 5, man. I'm good with Jalen Rivers at right, Inez at right guard, Matt Lee center, no doubt, Javion Cohen for sure, and Zion Nelson if healthy. But behind him, then you put if the other side of it, right? Because of injuries and shit like that, I will put Jalen at left, then Francisco at right, or Francis. I don't want to, man. It's not something that I want. Like, it's like, who goes there then? You know what I'm saying? Who's our next most talented guy?
I'm gonna have to throw Matthew McCoy at left. And
at left?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But
We just said first of all, you do know. You just don't want to say it because you don't
I
want to
don't
be
know.
critical.
I don't know. After he played left, and I think, and let's it was the spring. I think he's the most athletic O-lineman we have.
Facts.
And I think he can play wherever he wants to play along the O-line. I think he can.
Which one?
And he has the best teachers in college almost at O-line. Yeah. One of the best, top 5.
Because it's not just Mario, right? There's like 4 like analysts also that are like offensive linemen, right?
Coach Mirabal, you got Coach Pato. I think he was the O-line. It's you have plenty, and he's very capable. So I think he will get better, than what we saw in the spring. Definitely, it was his first time playing left tackle in college. So I mean,
it takes a minute.
So
yeah.
I'm not mad. And if they trot him out there and he's starting at left tackle opening game, then he's supposed to be there. They're not going to put him out there if he's not supposed to be there. So I'm good.
And plus, as of right now, I don't know if you have. I haven't heard anything about Zion being back fully healthy. It's May. This is I remember Donald talking about like this is when he was supposed to be fully healthy from the knee, but they're still on a wait and see thing. There's no contact, so it's not a big thing. But if he's out there, then man,
and keeping it a buck, I don't think you just Miami of Ohio's first, so you can see how he looks in that game.
Yes.
But Texas A&M is coming right up, man. You can't if he's not ready, he's not ready.
He's not ready. Yeah.
Nah, we're not getting TVD murdered.
No, can't have that.
So, all right. So the O-line. So let's move to tight end.
We don't need it.
Elijah
Arroyo.
That's the room I feel the most comfortable with is tight end. I think that's the most talented room. And I'm not worried about any of that. Elijah Arroyo, Skinner. I'm cool with the freshmen.
Is Mamorelli still there? I'm cool with Mamorelli's ass blocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's going to block.
I'm good.
Yeah, man. I'm cool.
Yeah. Nothing to debate there. Nothing to talk about.
That's quick. So whoever, running backs. I'm actually cool with this room too. Mr. Parrish, Mr. Cheney, Mr. Allen, new transfer.
Double A.
Then you got the young boys coming through. You got the fastest guy in the state of Florida. We think, right? CJ.
Big deal. Yep.
Yeah. And then
big
Mr.
deal.
Fletcher, man. And if young guys are gonna play, it's gonna be at running back. You know. As long as they can pick up the protections, we good. We good money to me.
Yep.
So I think you split up those carries, man. You keep everybody fresh.
Yeah.
And we money to me.
That's the one spot that I'm cool with seeing rotation. Like I want to see everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't want you ain't even mentioned Trevante Citizen.
He not playing. I don't think he's gonna play this year. I think he's
I hope
he might come back late, but I think he.
And I hope against everything, man. He's not like a fresh start guy at the end of the year. That what I'm saying. That goes, look, man. It was 2 years here. I hope he stays and hangs around because I think he would be the leader in the lock. He would be the chance to be the leader in the locker room next year because AJ's a young guy. AJ Allen, Double A, Fletcher. And you have some monsters coming in next year, possibly.
Yeah.
And the conversations.
You can look at a couple people leaving, possibly. Like if Don Chaney has a big year, I don't see him staying.
He's gone.
Yeah.
No, he's gone. Yeah.
Henry Parrish. I don't see him staying regardless because he's had big years. Yeah. So you come back with CJ, Fletch, Allen. That's a big 3. And Citizen.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Yeah, it's nasty. All right, so we good money on running back. All right, here we go, man. Wide receiver. This. Look, you are that dude. You are the wide receiver guy. How you feeling about receiver now? Shamar Kirk, Tyler Harrell, Jacoby George, Kobe Young.
My
Kobe
guy.
Young. Let's go down. Xavier
So
Restrepo,
listen,
Ray, receiver Robbie. What's popping, man? Let's
the
go.
first play of the game against Texas A&M. This is what I want to see, right?
Okay,
this is what I want to see.
Let's talk that talk, son. Fuck Miami
this
over
is
Ohio.
what I want to see.
Yeah.
First play of the game, right? I want to see Shamar Kirk at, I don't know, X. Let's just say X. You got X and Z, right? So let's say Shamar Kirk at X, Kobe Young at Z. I want to see gosh, I'm so terrible with names. The kid from Louisville.
Kobe Young?
Nah,
Tyler Harrell.
Tyler Harrell in the slot. Four wide. We're going 4 wide, right? I want to see Tyler Harrell in one slot. I want to see X at this slot. I want Tyler Harrell to go in motion to Shamar Kirk's side. Snap the ball. I want to see him pump. I want to see him pump a screen, a wide receiver screen. Pump that screen. And I want Tyler Harrell to wheel out up the sideline.
Go.
TVD throw that thing. Touchdown. 6 out the gate against Texas. You hear me, coach?
Yeah.
You hear me? You hear me, coach?
Yeah, we out here. I mean, we're gonna be in the stands too, coach.
Yeah,
we're gonna be there.
We're gonna be there.
We're gonna be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. All right, man. So yeah, wide receivers, man. I think the room after spring we discussed it, and we thought the room looked much better. You know, Kevin, Coach Beard, man.
KB9, bro.
Man, son. Difference maker. For people who tell me coaches don't matter, you're bugging. Always bugging. Coaches matter, man. Coaches have the ability to inspire, to get the best. Coaches have the ability to get a player to run through a brick wall for them, man. To work as hard as they've ever worked.
KB9. I've never seen Jacoby George look like that. Like the smoothness in his routes, the hand catching. He wasn't letting it get to it. Just I'm not gonna do it. Bushy top bend is gonna keep it, you know what I'm saying? Keep it mellow, gonna keep it chill. But I feel a lot better about that wide receiver room. I am not, and nor will I ever be a star guy. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have the coaching, shit don't matter. We've had stars in the past. That's not what we do here, man. So yeah, I feel. I mean, I got, if we're gonna go starters, Kobe Young, Jacoby George, X on the slot, and then people just rotate in. Like it's not gonna be, starters aren't gonna matter here. Like at receiver, it's good. They're gonna rotate. You know, they're gonna rotate. I think Shamar Kirk could lead the team in receiving yards, and Tyler and you could have Kobe Young leading the team, or X leading the team in receptions. So it could be anything, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think our new OC is just in heaven with all these toys and all the possible combinations, man. You can come in with a, I guess you can call it a elf package, a mini package with Ray and receiver Robbie. Ray, receiver Robbie, Tyler, and Shamar. That's a speed package. You know what I mean? Brashard, Ray.
Ooh, I ain't even mentioned Brashard.
You know what I mean? We ain't even talking about Rashad. You know what I mean?
We talking about Isaiah.
You could come in with a giant package, man. You could have Kobe, Isaiah Horton on the outside, and you could have Jacoby George and freaking Frank Ladson in the slots. You know what I mean? There's so many combinations, man. Like it's
that sounded like almost like a goal line package. You know what I'm saying, with those big guys, because that sounds crazy. Yeah, those are some big bodies too.
You create mismatches either way, man. Like if you could move Kobe Young in the slot. You know what I mean? You can move Kobe Young. You can have that. You can move Kobe Young, Isaiah Horton in the slots, and have Ray and Shamar Kirk on the outside or something. There's so many different things you could do in this offense, in this air raid offense, man. It's so dynamic, and people are gonna see. Like we know, I played in this offense, man, and it's so many things you can do. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gassed off the offense. I'm gassed.
I don't know. Let me tell you something. I could see you, and you're clearly gassed. Like, you out here, you're out here cheesing. Like, oh, I can't wait.
Man, do you know how many I've stayed up just writing down different combinations, man, different plays, drawing up. I'm just drawing up stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, man.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Man, that's just so dope, man. Let's see what's popping. I think offense and defense, man, looking forward to this Miami Ohio game. It's a Friday night game. That's going to be a wild one. But I'll be watching from home. Shout out to the fact that I'm going to try to get an 85-inch television before the season starts. Like, that's
I think I may need to do a little something different.
I need to do an upgrade.
Yeah, in my room, I got a 55. That's not going to do it.
But
and it's an older joint. So I got an old 55. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I got an old 60 in the living room that I bought back when they were expensive as fuck. Like, I think I spent like $2,000 on that shit. Now I was at Sam's yesterday. They got an 85 for like $1,100.
Yeah,
for real. I was like, oh shit, son. Like,
I don't think I'm gonna go 80s, but I think I'll probably go 60, 65, something like that.
I think I'll go that big just because, like, I won't have to buy another TV. After that is like a projector. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, that's crazy. What's up, man. What did we do the ad yet?
Nah, let's get into this ad, man. Shout out to Canesville, man, our people, man.
You see.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Salute to Jeff Brett out there, man, and it's about to be a grand opening, baby.
Yeah, man. Coming up here soon, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. We're about to, drop the date as soon as we get the go ahead from our guy Brett, man. Let y'all know what's popping. Hey, man, you know what it is, man? It's that Caneswear life, man. You know what I'm saying? I rock it every day. You know what I'm saying? Any chance that I'm not on the show, I'm still rocking that green and orange, man. You see it right here. You know what I'm saying? My cup ain't, but this hat that I can't wear is, man. But shout out to them, man. Look, we got a $10 gift card. $10 gift card to our guy Daryl Drakeford. And and the on the YouTube comments. We're still looking and waiting for some reviews, man, on Apple Podcasts, man. So that's who's gonna get our $25 gift card. That's how we're gonna do it. We need reviews, man. We need to climb up the charts. We know people are listening, but need some reviews, man, to keep climbing, man, because we coming. I'm a competitive. I'm not. We competitive. So we're trying to do,
man. Leave those reviews.
Yeah, man. Please. We need those, man. Yeah, man. So at the end of the pod, we'll drop the keyword, man. So Daryl Drakeford, you're a $10 gift card. And yeah, that's it, man. You know what I mean? For the $10, and then we got one more. That's probably we got some questions, but let's get into it.
Damn, Bushy Top is gone, man. What happened to Bushy Top? So listen, man. CB, talking to you. CB. That's my man Chalupa Batman. That's Corey. Hey, Lizzie is not what it is, okay? Lizzie, she's okay. We talking about Lizzie Olsen, guys. CB is a Lizzie Olsen fan. He loves that chick. You know what I mean? She's all right, man. Comment. Let me know. Let CB know what you think of Lizzie Olsen. If you think she's the truth. You think she's gorgeous like he does? Leave some comments, man. Let us know, because I think she's all right, man. But my guy CB thinks she's just phenomenal, But back to Bushy Top. I think he's
Fam, what happened?
What's the deal, man? What happened?
What just happened, fam? What? Yo, listen, man. This internet got to get his life together, fam. This is bugging.
You can't be leaving me like that, man.
That's man. That's wild, fam. That's wild.
Yeah,
All right, man. My fault. What was? We were gonna get into these questions, right?
Yeah,
that's what happened. Fucking aliens out here, fam. All right, man. Shout out to my guy, man, on Twitter, man. Other than Flag, West, and Kiko, which linebacker do you guys think will emerge or surprise this year? I'm thinking the freshman might burst onto the scene. All right, so you know what I'm saying, we talked about who we think are starters. We got that wrapped up. So this is a good question. Who do you think will emerge and take some snaps?
All right. You know who I'm talking about, man. You know who I'm a drop? Keontre Smith, man. I think Keontre is gonna come back. He looked leaner. When I saw him, man, he looked like he was moving at a different speed. Like he was back moving the way he used to move. Because when he was a young boy, when he was a freshman, he was moving around. He reminded me of a Sean Spence type,
Yeah.
So I think Keontre is going to come back and surprise us, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm gonna go young. I'm gonna go Malik Bryant, man. I think they're gonna put him more rushing the passer. I think he might fuck around and end the season with maybe 4 or 5 sacks, because you know what I'm saying, in different games he's gonna show up and show out, man. A sleeper for me, man. I think on special teams, Marcellus Pulliam. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think that young man is going to come in here and ball. You know what I'm saying? He's excited. He's already posting about it. I think he'll be here in the next couple of days. So yeah, man, those are the guys that I'm looking out for on the linebackers, man. Yeah. So we got some young guys, man. We got some young guys. Popo is
Bobby Washington.
It's just nice to say names, ain't it? Instead of being like
Bobby, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, man. All right, man. Next one. Let's see. This is from my guy Poke, man. One former Cane you could bring back and put on this team who would have the greatest impact. Who are you picking? You'll go offense, I'll go defense, or however you want to do it.
Yeah, I think we discussed this at one point, man. I'm bringing back Mount McKinney, man. I'm putting Mount McKinney at left tackle, to just solidify the line, man. Put Mount McKinney at left tackle. There's no more questions there. You put him at left tackle. You got Javion right next to him. You got Matt Lee, Inez Cooper, and Jalen Rivers on the right side, man. And I think we good money. That's right.
Yeah, we had a similar question like this before. Yeah. I'm glad we brought it back because my answer has changed. I'm gonna go Dan Morgan.
Okay, at middle.
Leading the middle, because he would have the defensive line in the right positions. You know what I'm saying, leading these young guys. So I'm gonna go Dan Morgan, man, at middle. Not just because, I'm saying, tackling monster. I'm saying Miami Hall of Famer, NCAA Hall of Famer, I think too. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'd go with Dan Morgan, because he'd lead these young Canes the right way, man. So,
all right, so let's go. Question. So I got a second on defense. I'm gonna go defense. You go offense. Then. All right. So on defense, I'm gonna go Vince Wilfork, man.
Oh yeah. That was my other guy. I was between
him with Leonard Taylor, man. And you put him at the 1, and Leonard Taylor at the 3 tech, man, and we ride.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go. All right, you ready for my offense?
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Harris. Sorry. That's that guy. That guy was, listen, man. Ja'Cory Skinny Testaverde was one of my guys, man.
One guy, Ja'Cory Harris.
Yeah, Ja'Cory. I would put Ja'Cory Harris. Like, Because I think Ja'Cory Harris,
Okay,
man,
I
the way
got
he
you.
flicked that.
Yes. Let's rock.
Yeah,
Let's
I
rock.
saw your initial.
Let's rock.
That was my guy. That was my guy, man. Leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Skinny Testaverde, man. Shout out to him. I just like competition, man. You know what I'm saying? I just like competition at every position. Could I have gone a Willis McGahee as a running back? Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel pretty good. I just would like to see Ja'Cory Harris in this offense.
Sure.
Because guy can rock me. All right, let's get into it. Next question. All right, what aspect of the team is going to see the most significant improvement? I think we covered it. Offensive line.
Offensive line, in my opinion, yes.
Yeah.
And wide receiver, close second to me, man. Wide receiver, I think is second to me, man. Because of KB, Coach Beard. But offensive line, I think definitely.
Yeah, KB9 is a difference maker that, like, people, like, to me, that solidified the importance of coaching. Because what he did with, I mean, he had only been here like 3 weeks before, or like the week of spring starting. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he got hired like the week before, like 5 or 6 days before. So yeah, definitely wide receivers, man. Oh, if wide receivers show up, boy. Oh, all right. I'm not gonna start gassing myself up. All right. Shout out to Brick by Brick, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy always showing love. With the wide receiver additions, how do you see the wide receiver depth chart when the season starts? Also, pancakes or waffles? Shout out to that question. You a pancake guy or a waffle guy, Joe?
I'm not really either,
With French toast? You a French toast guy?
French toast, dude.
Yeah.
But pancakes, if I have to, it depends though. Like a Belgian waffle, I'd rather a Belgian waffle than anything. But pancakes, yeah. I made that answer a little too complicated, but yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of analysis you get from the show, man. You know what I mean? We don't do that insider shit. Yeah, we leave that to everybody else. I'm gonna go. If I had to choose between both, I'm gonna go pancakes. But if we're keeping it all the way a buck, my wife makes this halal French toast with halal bread.
So
that shit is fire.
Yes.
Fuck everything else. Like that French toast is like, yo, that's it.
You gotta try. You gotta have her try or make for you croissant French toast. If you fuck with croissants, if you eat croissants,
I fuck with croissants.
Buttery croissant. Like you got to get the big joints from Walmart. They sell 4 in a box.
Okay.
Croissant French toast, son.
So there's gonna be people listening to this show like driving to Walmart as we talking about it. With the wide receiver. All right, let's get to this other question. Wide receiver additions. How do you see the wide receiver depth chart? I think it's gonna be Jacoby, Kobe, and X starters, but everybody's gonna get reps, man. We gotta see who shines with the lights come on. What you got?
Yeah, I think the same. Yeah, Jacoby, Kobe Young, and X.
Yeah. This is shout out to our OG. What's your King story, man? Panhandle hit me up in the DMs, and he asked, "Why are some Kane fans still worried about the 3 stars that the staff is getting?"
Man, we can't speak for Canes fans, man. I wish we could, but I think it's what's been built, by the recruiting services and ESPN and all that. You have a star system. You stars are celebrated. You have points. You have this team won recruiting because they got the most 5 stars or 4 stars. Yep. So that's what's been ingrained. And let's keep it a buck. Most fans don't watch film. You know what I mean?
Facts.
When we hear about recruits, we watch film.
Mm-hmm.
We watch the film. The film don't lie. Facts. They don't know it's more important to watch the film and look at the offers. You know what I mean? If Nick Saban offers a 3-star, what you gonna say? Yeah, he a 3-star. Yep. You shouldn't. it's watch film, look at the offers, man. That's all.
Yeah, watch the huddle, man. It'll be usually tapped on their bio for the young man that committed. So, look, man, stars don't mean shit without development. We talk about it all the time, right? You mentioned all the time. We've had plenty of 5 stars. The second ranked team, you know what I'm saying, according to our stats and all that shit behind Clemson the last 10 years. What does that mean? If you ain't got coaching, you ain't got shit, man. So stars don't matter. It's never mattered to us, man. You show up and look, Francisco CC said it. Like, those stars don't matter no more as soon as you put on that helmet and walk onto Green Tree. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. That's just that simple. All right, man. Last question, man. Are we looking for another OT in the portal, or are we banking on McCoy and Nelson? I don't think we have scholarships left. I think we're at 85.
Yeah, I think the numbers will play out. I think teams, programs do whatever they need to do to get their numbers right. But I think our coaching staff believes that we're good on the O-line for now. So, yeah, I think we're going to rock with, who we have and keep it about. I think if it gets determined that Zion Nelson won't be ready, I think we may, try to, because I think there's another transfer portal window in the summer, right? I think.
No, I think that's Pete. You could jump in. No, you could come in at any time. You had to have jumped in during that time after spring. Like,
to be eligible for this year.
To be eligible, to transfer, to be eligible for this year. Yeah, I don't think there's another. Unless it's like JUCO.
Anyway,
that wouldn't make a difference this year anyway.
Or grad transfer. I think if you're a grad transfer, you're good though.
Yeah. Grad transfer or a JUCO type cat. So maybe.
So that's possible too. So I think if it's determined that Zion Nelson won't be available this year, I think we may reach out and get another tackle.
Yeah. All right, man. I got nothing else, fam. What you got? You got to drop that keyword.
Yeah, Zion. That's the keyword, man. Zion.
Yeah, man. You know what it is, man. It's that
Zion. Zion, man. That's the keyword.
I don't think you have to spell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if they're a Canes fan, they know. Zion. Ain't no E in that shit, fam. You know what I mean? All right, man.
Please, man, like, subscribe, comment, man. Please run up those reviews on our digital platforms, man. Please do that.
Hey, man, it's 7:40 right now as we finish this recording. Heat game starts in about 50 minutes, right? Man. Yeah, man, got a game tonight. It's that You Heard podcast, man. We out of here, man.
Lakers about to get Canes. That sweep action too.
Oh yeah. Boston about to find out what's popping. We out.
Yeah.